And we're moving on to some sportsy sports stories. Tyler's Green Bay Packers got the win last night. It was at 17-0. They goose-egged the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson's broken finger.
It was glorious.
The New England Patriots steamrolled the Cleveland Browns 45-7. Dallas, the Cowboys thumped on Atlanta 43-3. Now coming up on Thursday, you have the Patriots taking on Atlanta. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Chiefs finally get putting some wins together. They're back on top of the AFC West. Really put it to the Raiders yesterday. Yeah, the Titans. Man, the Titans, they just win. Like, it's weird. Chiefs Cowboys. It's going to be an interesting game. If you had to pick right now, Tyler, would you be able to pick like a Super Bowl matchup?
I pay zero attention to AFC.
It's just the Packers. You're just Packers all the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ride or die. I think it'd be
Absolutely.
incredibly difficult at this point because when you look at the standings, go by conference here. Top seed still in the AFC. You've got the Tennessee Titans, the Bills at number 2 at 6-3. The Ravens also at 6-3. The Steelers, they tied the Detroit Lions. Did you catch the end of that game at all? Steelers were moving the ball to kick a field goal to win it in overtime, and they fumble it away with like 12 seconds to go. Ends in a tie. So the Steelers are at 5-3-1. The Chiefs are sitting at 6-4. The Patriots are at 6-4. And then you have the Chargers sitting at 5-4. In the 7th spot. So right now you would have the Bills taking on the Chargers, the Patriots taking on the Ravens, and the Chiefs taking on the Steelers, and the Titans would get that week 1 bye there in the AFC. And your top seed in the NFC, that would be the Green Bay Packers right there, 8-2. Arizona Cardinals, they're sitting at 8-2. There was a shocker yesterday with them getting spanked by Cam frickin' Newton, by the way. Did you even know he was back, Tyler?
Yeah, no, actually, I didn't.
Yeah. So they were having some issues. Sam Darnold, he'd been struggling. He got hurt. And they brought in Cam Newton, and he led the Panthers to a victory yesterday. So you got the Packers at number 1, so they would get the bye. The Cardinals, they're at 8-2. They would take on the Carolina Panthers. There's a rematch right there for you. In the NFC, the Cowboys, they would play the Saints, and the Buccaneers would play the Rams. Over in the Twitch chat, we have Robin saying go Packers. We have David B saying go Chiefs. And we have Monty saying the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. It was interesting yesterday when the Patriots' lead over the Browns started to grow. Because essentially the Browns scored first. They had the ball first. They scored a touchdown right away. It was 7-0. And then the Patriots scored 45 unanswered points. And it was interesting where all of a sudden people on Twitter were like, oh, crap, the Patriots are back. Like, this is the team this is the very similar to the teams that you had in the early 2000s with Tom Brady, where it was built around defense and the run game. And all they're asking the quarterback to do, back then they did it with Tom Brady. Right now they're doing it with Mac Jones. Just don't turn the ball over. Just make the completions you need to make. Play it safe. And don't be stupid. And that's what he's doing.
D wins championships.
This is true. Offense gets the ladies. Defense wins championships. At least that's what it always was in baseball. And David B says the Buccaneers got beat by the Washington football team. Yeah, it's just a weird season, man. Like, the reason I was asking Tyler about a Super Bowl pick is because at this point, I don't know if you can really have one.
Well, I mean, with the whole COVID thing, you got players out from one week to the next, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's the Steelers. That's what happened with them yesterday. Ben Roethlisberger. It's why he missed, and they had Mason Rudolph out there. So right now, your teams that are on the outside looking in the AFC, you've got the Raiders, the Bengals, the Colts, and the Browns, and the Broncos. All of those teams, either 5-4 or 5-5. And then over in the NFC, you have Starting at the 8th spot, you're already under 500. The Vikings are at 4-5. The Falcons are at 4-5. Eagles are 4-6. Then you have the Niners. They're at 3-5, but they play tonight. They take on the Rams. And Mom, we're hoping for 40 points out of George Kittle. We're going to get this win tonight. In case you guys don't know this, my mom and I were all into fantasy football. So that's kind of what we talk about during football season. Last year, she started off a little rough. It was like almost everybody she drafted. For some reason, they were just laying eggs week after week. Ended up making it to the playoffs, but wasn't able to push through and win the championship. She got bounced in the semifinals. And this year, man, I'm telling you, her team is just, it's brutal. It's like every single person is out for some reason. Let me see here.
Is there an age where they like force you out in football like they do in other,
Nope.
industries?
That's why Tom
No?
Brady's still going, man. And he's going to continue to go. Is that what you're hoping for? Is for Brady to get the boot?
Well, I'm just saying, like, got some pretty old. Like Roethlisberger's pretty old too, right? He's almost 40.
Yeah, he's up there. He is 39. Yeah, he'll turn 40 next March. I mean, think about the quarterbacks who have retired recently. And Brady is still going, man. I did see that I could get they have the TB12 method at the local library. I'm giving some serious consideration into checking it out and tracking all of, how it works. Would that be something you guys are interested in? Let me know in the Twitch chat, or if you're listening to the podcast version of this, shoot me a message over on Instagram. Let me know if that's something that would interest you. If I were to actually get the TB12 method book and track all of my progress on social media. Monty says most quarterbacks stop at 30-ish. Not anymore, man. That's the way it used to be. But now they're all extending out. I mean, Andrew Luck was kind of a rarity that he retired as early as he did. But most of them, they're all pushing to 40 now because the rules dictate protect the quarterback. Keep the quarterback as safe as possible. No blows to the head. Stay away from the knees. David B says in the Twitch chat, I'm surprised that Adrian Peterson is still playing. Well, obviously, it took a broken bone in Derrick Henry's foot for that. But I'm not that surprised at Adrian Peterson playing because that dude's a freak. That dude tore his ACL at the end of a season, and I believe the very next year led the league in rushing. It's when he pushed like 1,700 or 1,800 yards or something like that. God, I remember watching him at Oklahoma. I think he broke his collarbone flipping into the end zone one time. I think that's what that was. He was fun, man. I like good running backs like that. Adrian Peterson, Derrick Henry. Those are always enjoyable. But yeah, so you got Ben Roethlisberger. He's going to turn 40. You got Tom Brady. He turned 44 this year. See some other sports stories here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. This is how rough it's been for my mom's fantasy team. All right. So Aaron Rodgers in general, he does pretty good. Struggled last night. Obviously, he wasn't there a week ago because of COVID. That week one was just, we don't really know what happened to the Packers there week one because they're clearly better than that. I told her to play J.D. McKissick yesterday over Antonio Gibson. I'm a bonehead. I gave her horrible advice there because Gibson outscored McKissick by like 13 or 14 points. But then on her bench, when you're trying to figure out moves on the waiver wire, she's got Calvin Ridley. He's out. We don't know for how long. Kareem Hunt is still on IR. Damian Harris was out this past week. Devontae Booker was on a bye. He's also questionable. Brandon Cooks was on a bye. And she also, her first draft pick was Derrick Henry. So it's me knocking on wood for a big old 40-point game from George Kittle tonight. Because if he scores 40 points, she'll win by 0.2.
W's a W.
Yeah, doesn't matter how you get it, man. Also, really quick here in sports, we have the latest AP Top 25 in men's basketball. Gonzaga sitting at number 1, UCLA number 2, Kansas number 3, Michigan number 4, Villanova number 5. Some other schools of note: Texas. They lost to Gonzaga, I believe. They dropped down to number 8 on the list. Baylor, they're at number 9. Oregon Ducks, baby. Number 12. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I can't believe I got to tell you this. So I was on Reddit this morning as I was getting ready for my day, and on the Portland Timbers subreddit. I know this is a really weird kind of like off-ramp I just took right here, but I went from the Oregon Ducks to the Portland Timbers. Both Oregon teams. Follow me here, folks. Follow me, all right? So essentially, somebody put in there, hey, this snapback hat is on sale. It's like $3 right now. So I clicked the link, and I went to the official Portland Timbers store. Everything was on crazy on sale. Like crazy on sale. I ended up spending $35. I got a jersey, a shirt, and a bag. Nailed it.